sometimes attempting to confront a painful memory or trying to revisit it is very difficult. Sometimes, we don't want to think about that time we fell down the stairs or the time we accidentally set the house on fire because we tripped over a candle or the time we accidentally tripped over some lemonade. It's just a whole lot of tripping that we always do in life. Sometimes people tripping off LSD. Sometimes people tripping off the soles of their feet. Sometimes they're tripping off bad memories. And if you ask Mura Masa, or is it Masa? Hold up. I messed up already because I don't remember. Mura Masa. I want to make sure I got the name right. Mura Masa and Clairo, they will tell you they don't want to do this again. And it to me sounds as though, again, reach disclaimer. Well, this guy says is about to make a narrative reach in which he's going to guess what the song is about, and it may or may not be even close. It might just be them wanting to make a fun song, and he's just taking it too deep. Reach disclaimer. I think this song is about confronting a memory and trying to move past it. There is sort of the nostalgic idea of something, and usually when we think back on when something happened, we think back on a pleasant memory or a fond memory. It might be sort of distorted by our emotions that are regarding that memory. For example, if we're upset about something that happened in the past, we're usually more pissed. We're more like, it was always terrible, it was never good, and everything just sucked. It was horrible, and it should burn in hell. But really, there might be some nuance there. And pretty much, this is characterized sort of by the acoustic intro. It makes it seem as though it sort of lulls you in a bit of false sense of security, where you think, "Oh, this is gonna be a nice little acoustic song. It's all like, oh, I'm sad about a memory. You gotta let it go, man. You just gotta let it go." Like, nah, it starts that way because you're kind of introduced to the memory of potentially a lover of some type, and that's usually the easy one to latch onto, especially with a song like this that doesn't really do anything to specify beyond like, I can't do this again, and also, like, I was thinking of you. So like, it seems to be most likely about a lover, but it could be about anybody. And so pretty much what happens is, I want to say the voice is Clairo because I have not listened to Muramasa. I believe I've listened to them like once before, so I don't remember if they're just strictly producer or singer. However, despite me not knowing if they're producer or singer, that doesn't matter. What matters is that, again, the narrative is about confronting a memory, and again, the way that our emotions might paint that memory is very up to us. A happy memory will always be colored in a certain light. And we might look at it a certain way, but somebody else might look at it a different way. And the reason I think this is a distorted or sort of trying to a confrontation of a memory is because the despite sort of the acoustic yearnings, the yearnings for things to have always stayed within that thing, time continues to move. Time is an unfeeling void that just moves, and occasionally we grow beards and we get older and taller during it. But the thing that happens is that it always continues to move regardless of how we may feel about one certain day or one moment in our lives. And so the overarching theme that I've noticed beyond just like, or not theme, but like the thing that falls into the theme is that returns the hook, sort of returns it back to sort of normalcy. And even though the song ricochets up, like it gets more energetic as like the person keeps saying, like, I don't think I can do this again. I don't think I can do it. It's sort of reinforcing the idea, like, I have to move past this. I have to accept that this is what it was, but this is what it no longer is. And it's kind of a subtle, yeah, it's not necessarily subtle, like, oh yeah, I gotta move on. That's pretty obvious. But the way that the voice gets more and more distorted as we get closer and closer to the end of the song, but then when it softens, it's sort of like thinking about getting anchored in that memory, thinking about getting anchored in the past is sometimes a very dangerous objective that people don't even realize they take when they like focus so heavily on what was and not what is in front of them. Sometimes it doesn't let them see their own achievements. Sometimes it doesn't let them progress. And the best way to move forward is to confront that potential one thing holding you back. And this is not to say, oh yeah, it's like totally freaking easy to just confront like anything in your life that's like been holding you back. It could be incredibly traumatic. All you got to do, bro, is just freaking like all you got to do is like freaking leap over it, man, and you'll be like totally fine. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Emotional trauma? Like, who freaking cares, man? Like, that stuff's like totally easy to fix. It's not. Every situation has a completely complex set of difficulties set for that person. It could be something as difficult as like personal life trauma versus, oh my god, I like didn't tie my shoe one day and I tripped on the way to the car and my neighbor saw. Neighbor probably doesn't even think about it, but you might think about it. Again, depending on what your emotional trauma slash frustration slash anxiousness slash angst is, that will depend on how long it takes you for you to overcome this. In this song, we sort of get that implication that it is sort of being overcome, as towards the end it becomes less distorted and it kind of fades out on sort of, again, the last lines we're left with is that I don't think I can do this again. And even having sort of that doubt of being of putting yourself in a past situation and revisiting it over and over again only to find that it's not really giving you any insight, and sort of moving forward from that allows you to really basically do the confrontation and then actually sort of evolve as a person. And so, yeah, I think that's what this song is about. And I think it's a fun little song. It's kind of like, it's just got like a rock vibe to it. It's not really, too abrasive. Like I said, the distortion is the only thing that really gave me pause when listening to it. I was like, okay, so this isn't just an acoustic, like, I'm gonna miss you because you're not around anymore, and like feelings. It's like a little bit deeper than that. That's not me insulting like other songs that are more encased in brevity. It's just that I like that this one, again, I sort of like these implied narratives, and I just did like a sashimi thoughts 2 seconds ago about implied narratives. And while this one was more obvious, I still like the way it was done. I like the fact that it's not a perfect sort of divorce from reality. Sometimes you get lost in that memory, and sometimes reality can change that. Sometimes nostalgia can change that. And despite those emotions, being able to overcome emotions allows you to progress. And I'm not saying like, okay, I'm angry, so I should get angrier. But no, it's like, why am I angry about this thing? And how do I solve this thing? How do I move past this thing? That allows you to grow as a human being. So yeah, if you don't think you can do this again, hopefully that's like do it like hopefully you're thinking that you shouldn't do anything harmful again because you want to improve. So don't do anything harmful and keep improving. I believe in you. Well, this guy says there's a lot of things I don't think I can do again, like roller coasters and hoverboards. I'm a time traveler. I'll leave you on that one. As soon as we still haven't updated the in button in 2077. It's killing me.